Okay, class, put your books away. Let's continue our lesson on Civic Action Project. So let's review. CAP is a way to use the knowledge you've learned in the classroom to become more active and informed citizens. Through CAP, you'll be able to think critically about public policies and better understand the role of government. You'll learn to work with others to impact the issues that you care about. CAP issues can vary from teen pregnancy to texting while driving to something as different as animal welfare. Remember, your issue must connect to government, and that connection is through policy. Some of the ways that you might connect your issue to policy are creating a new policy, modifying existing policy, enforcing policy, and using policy to leverage change and eliminating policy.
One of the students in the classroom, Mikey, is confused by how policy applies to the issue that he faces every day.
Ways to connect your CAP issue to policy are everywhere. You can't walk outside without discovering issues, problems, and policies you could work on in CAP.
Mikey leaves school, still confused, but he needs to focus on getting to his car because Mikey's school doesn't allow for students to park on campus. Getting to and from school is quite an adventure. An exhausted Mikey finally reaches his car, where he stops and makes a brilliant discovery.
I'm so tired of not being able to park on campus. I'm always late for class, and my mom wonders why I have seaweed in my hair and smell like a mountain goat when I get home. I should create a policy that allows for students to park on campus, as long as they keep up their grades in the classroom. Oh, this is what my teacher meant by connecting my issues to policy.
Mikey is about to get into his car when a few of Mikey's buddies come along and ask Mikey for a ride to the mall. Mikey would love to give his friends a ride, but he only has a provisional license. And the law says, except as provided in section 12814.7, the provisional driver's license shall be subject to all of the following restrictions as specified in paragraph 2. During the first 12 months after issuance of a provisional license, the licensee may not drive between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. or transport passengers who are under 20 years of age. Mikey thinks that this law is unfair. What if Mikey thinks that his state should amend the driver's license law in order to allow for youth to drive with others during the daylight hours, as long as they have several months of experience and a good driving record. This modification would reward his safe driving and allow him to cruise to the mall with his friends. Mikey is on the road, a few minutes from the mall, when he is forced to swerve his car to avoid a reckless driver that just cut him off. Mikey notices that the driver is paying more attention to her phone than to the road. Oh. Mikey knows that there is a law against driving and texting. It just needs to be enforced. Because texting while driving impairs drivers as much as drinking while driving, Mikey knows that if there was a better enforcement of texting laws, fewer driving-related accidents would occur. As he pulls into the mall, Mikey is still upset about his near accident. He barely notices that he is about to run into a huge pile of trash. Mikey gets out of his car and sees that there is trash all around the parking lot. He wonders why people aren't throwing away their trash. But then he realizes that all the businesses around the parking lot don't have trash cans. Mikey knows that there is a law against littering, so he decides to walk into the closest store and speak to the store manager about the benefits of having trash cans outside. He explains that by decreasing littering outside, the business owner helps enforce the littering law and also receives more customers. By leveraging policy, Mikey is able to persuade the owner that business will improve by following the heart of the littering ordinance. Mikey realizes that it's getting late, so he jumps back into his car and begins his drive home. As Mikey approaches his neighborhood intersection, the car in front of him suddenly stops at the yellow light. Mikey comes to a screeching halt. Why did that guy stop at the yellow light? Mikey wants to know. He looks around and understands. The driver ahead of him was reacting to the red light camera. The camera tries to catch people running red lights, but Mikey knows that many accidents happen because of drivers quickly trying to stop or attempting to speed through changing light. Mikey decides that it would be better for the community if leaders eliminated the law that allowed these cameras to be placed over intersections.
Wow, what a day. Now I understand what my teacher meant about issues and policy. They really do connect. Today I learned that we can create policy to solve the parking issue at my school. Policies can also be modified to solve issues, like provisional license restrictions. Some policies are just fine the way they are. They just need to be enforced, like my incident with the driver on her cell phone. I also learned that we can use existing policies to leverage change, like the trash problem at the mall. By leveraging the littering ordinance, we can keep trash where it belongs and keep the community clean. And finally, I learned that some policies should just be eliminated, like the red light cameras at intersections. Wow, I'm going to have quite a few stories to tell my teacher tomorrow about CAP.